What up, fam? This is Bustin' Caps coming at you from the BamFam, and we are hitting you with the first edition of BAM Breaking News, wherein we report to you the news that is relevant to our daily gaming lives. Today, joining me, we have Trigger.
What's up, guys? Check me out at Stream Daddy on YouTube.
We got Sick With It,
Yo, what up? Happy hump day.
and we got Scientifics.
What's up? Check me out at Scientifics Gaming on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I absolutely will. Gentlemen, I hope you're having a great day. We are here to talk about something that we have not discussed in a while, and that is Destiny, the world of Destiny.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And so before we go into that, I do want to ask you guys, currently, right now, are you playing Destiny?
No.
No,
I
No,
played it
definitely
like
not.
a couple times.
And
The
why
last
is that? Why,
before
why aren't you guys playing Destiny at the moment?
It starts
Whoa.
with and ends with a division.
Oh, that's
Okay.
pretty much my reason too. Ever since the
Yes.
division came out, I've played Destiny twice, and both have been for PvP because the division has a weird PvP going on.
I completely agree with that.
And
What about
that's
you,
all I've done.
Professor? You playing Destiny?
negative. Haven't played Destiny in several weeks. Basically, the division has taken that time amongst some other random games, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. I have also joined the ranks of the agents, and so, but I do want to say I don't think that it's solely Division that pulled me away from Destiny. I think it's a combination of the Division. I do enjoy the Division, and we'll get to that in a later episode or a later show. But I also think that it's a lack of content on the part of Destiny. Once you play so many hours, you play the activity so many times. There's only so many throws you can gain out of it, and so I think a lot of us are hungry for content. But I got good news. Next week on Tuesday, new content is coming to all of us Guardians, and so we have some stuff to enjoy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In the last 3 weeks, every Wednesday, including today, Bungie has put out a reveal stream to reveal a little bit of the content that we can expect coming out next week. And so the first thing on everyone's mind is PvE, player versus environment content. All we've gotten is PvP. Ever since Taken King came out, this is going to be the first edition of PvE content that we have had. And so the first big piece of news is the light level is increasing to 335 from 320. All of you Guardians, like that
Oh,
sad,
snap.
lowly, busted Caps that is still at 319, don't worry about getting to 320. 320 is yesterday. We're going to 335 now. Are any of you guys 320? Did you guys get to 320?
No.
Negative, unfortunately.
So
Still waiting
sad.
on that helmet.
Hey,
Definitely did not.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. But I'll tell you this: out of the normal King's Fall raid, starting on April 12th, you will get 320 drops out of normal, and out of hard, you'll get 335. So that 320 that's been eluding you, you're not gonna care about that anymore. You're gonna be pushing for this 335, and you're probably never gonna get it. But it's gonna give you a
Exactly.
carrot to chase.
Yes, my goal of 334 is set in effect on April 12th.
So with this, with the increase in the light level of drops that you're going to be getting from King's Fall, are you guys going to be running that raid again? I know no one's run it in a while. Are you guys going to go back in there?
Personally, I'm gonna avoid at all costs. With this streams, I've heard there's plenty more reason or ways to get to 335, so I'm gonna avoid the King's Fall. I can't stand to do that raid, to be honest with you anymore. I can't do
I don't know.
it.
I don't really care. I don't even know if it's gonna bring me back at all.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
I agree. I mean, I'm gonna check it out, just to see what it's about, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's gonna be like a big deciding factor on whether or not it's gonna be a long-term thing or not.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about some of this content coming out. I'm just not excited to relive the King's Fall raid anymore.
yeah, and
That's all.
we'll get into the other content, but I just want to talk about King's Fall.
Okay.
So
I'm
King's,
not looking forward to it, honestly. I mean, I of course, because I struggled with it. So for me, it's like, here, we're gonna throw you in this again. It's probably gonna be even harder, or it's gonna be insane mode now, and so I'm personally not, but I'm gonna still give it a go.
Yeah, I hear that. And I think out of this group, I'm probably the biggest raider out of everyone. I love the raids. I've run all of them I don't know. I have to have run over 100 raids easily. And so, I really enjoyed Kingsfall when it first came out. I thought it was just an amazing experience, and I thought for sure there is no way that I'm going to have this raid down the same way I have Vault of Glass and Crota's End. I was like, I'm going to be figuring this thing out for a long time, but you know what? It happened. I have everything memorized. I know the timing of everything. I can go through the whole raid, like with probably one eye open. I was going to say both eyes closed. I don't think I could do that. One eye open, I guarantee I can make it through the whole raid from beginning to end. And so, I mean, increasing the light level is, I mean, I don't know if that's cool, but really, I've run it so many times that it's kind of, it's just not exciting anymore. Really, the
Too
biggest
little, too
challenge for
late.
me, yeah, too little, too late, exactly right. I mean, my biggest challenge with the raid is not the raid itself. It's finding some other good players to play with. They're going to get everybody through. I mean, I think that's the
Yeah.
challenge that everyone's facing right now. It's not necessarily the raid. I think anyone that's been running the raid knows how to run it and is confident with it. That's fine. So that's what's happening with the raid. I want to talk about the truly new content. That's not new content. What new content is the new Challenge of Elders, which is essentially Prison of Elders, level 41, and through a bounty called the Sigil of Elders, the Elders Sigil, you can earn level 335 items as well as some other gear. So I know a lot of us played Prison of Elders. We all have different opinions on it. Are you guys excited for an increased light level and taken enemies in the new Prison of Elders?
I'm excited that there's no more keys in the Prison of Elders. That excites me quite a bit. I'm not gonna say I'm like, oh, I gotta play Prison of Elders. It's gonna be so fun again, because it wasn't that fun to begin with. It was fun maybe the first 10 times I ran it, but after that it kind of fell off, you know. So
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm chomping at the bit to play it again, but I mean I do plan on giving it a whirl, that's for sure, just to see what kind of loot drops, and you know there's supposed to be a lot more loot drops, and you can complete bounties in it and whatnot. So I think that aspect is going to be a little more exciting. So I'm curious for drops, of course, like probably anybody who plays Destiny, because it is a drop game. It's all about loot drops. So
Yeah. When I
yeah.
first heard this, that they're gonna bring it back, I was like, all right, I'll try that out for sure. And then just a couple days ago, my friends were like, hey, you want to try? We're gonna play Prison of Elders, and I was like, honestly, I'm not really excited to play that. I didn't even play with them. Like I was not. I feel like I'm not gonna actually play when it comes out.
I may play it because I think during the time where that was going on, I'd been on Xbox before and then made the switch to PS4. So like during that transition, I really never played that with you guys. So I'll probably jump on it just for that because I've never actually ran it more than once. I think I'd actually try that out just because it would actually be somewhat new content to me.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
It,
cool.
and I'll be there with you, man. I'm definitely gonna try it out. I'm pretty diehard Destiny, so I'll definitely be in there. I don't have extremely high expectations. When I was watching the Bungie reveal stream, it really seemed more like Prison of Elders with different skins on it. Maybe just give all the what's it called, the Fallen guys taken shaders and some taken attacks, and it looked pretty similar to me. I think the biggest
Mm.
motivation for doing it is for the people that want to get up to light level 335. I will say though, one big positive thing that was not a part of Prison of Elders originally was there was no checkpoints, and there was no harder content for a little bit in Destiny than the Skolas fight. And in order to get to Skolas could take over 2 hours, and then the Skolas fight itself could take another hour, and there's no checkpoints. If you get kicked, if you have to leave for some reason, it's time to go to bed. That fight is done. You have to start over, and that was a huge point of contention for a lot of Destiny players. So I'm happy to see that they did put the checkpoints in at least. Um,
Yeah, I agree with that.
so yeah, absolutely that was necessary. Am I excited for it? No, I'm not necessarily excited for it, and I hope I'm playing it because I want to play it and not just because it's new Destiny content and I feel this strange sense of obligation to do it.
Or you're dragging me through it.
I will happily drag you through it. In fact, I do like taking people through Destiny experiences that haven't done it before. I think once it gets super repetitive, it's just not exciting. But to take somebody else through it, who is experiencing it for the first or second or third time, I think that that is actually fun and rewarding. So I look forward to that.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so
I'll be
in
right there
addition,
with you, Phil.
see, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. You know what else is gonna be great is who hasn't killed the Archon Priest in
Oh
months?
my
Basically, since
gosh,
Taiki came out, right?
I miss that
Right.
guy.
That's right. Well, I got bad news. Oryx has taken him.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
no.
He is
Oh.
taken, and he is back with a vengeance. Where his jail cell egg used to be, now there's a giant Blythe, and he's coming out.
Huh. That's kind
So,
of funny.
are you guys excited to fight the Archon Priest again? But this time, he is wearing a Taken shader, and he is throwing Taken objects at you.
Hmm.
I am very excited about that fight. Actually, I was hoping for at least I was hoping for more strikes redone, but if it's one, I'll take it. But I am excited to see some new strikes in the playlist.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was definitely one of my favorite ones. So I'm probably gonna play that one for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I was pretty excited for it.
I'll
Although,
try it out.
yeah, definitely. But as somebody alluded to it, I think it was sick the fact or trigger the fact that this is the only strike that they redid. And I think coming from a player standpoint, we don't necessarily want a whole bunch of redone strikes. I'll take the old strikes. We just want to play
Yeah.
the old. See,
Yeah.
that's the strange thing is we have a ton of strikes. We have a ton of Crucible maps. We actually have a good amount of content, but for some reason it's all locked behind an invisible wall that we only get access to on occasion, or if you want to play in like the old Vanguard list.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
Neither do I, and that's something the community's been saying is just throw all the strikes into the playlist. I mean, how many strikes? That's got to be like 15, 16 plus strikes
Yeah, that
at,
would be
at
fun.
20 minutes apiece. That's a lot of play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, another positive. This is something I'm happy about. Is infusion. Now, if you have a level 5 item and you have a level 320 item, you infuse that 320 into the level 5, it now becomes 320. So it's not going to take all those steps, all those resources and materials. You get straight to the pay dirt. What do you guys think about that?
That's
I
pretty
think
sweet.
it's great. It's gonna shrink down. Like I'm gonna have more room in my vault because of that. Because I'm constantly saving stuff for in between infusing and stuff.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then on top of that, they raise the level of how much stuff you can keep in your vault. So that's even better, right? I mean, who can't?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great point. And you said
Finally.
100 weapons, 108 weapons you get to keep?
yeah. It's 108 weapons now, so it's a little jump there. So that's good. It's 3 pages instead of 2 now, so that's good.
It's cool. It's cool, but it's still like I, kind of said when we first learned that news is that it's kind of a slap in the face to the guys who grinded it out and had to keep
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
infusing things. So that's one
Oh
thing
yeah.
that I kind of found was a bit of a slap in the face to the long term people. But there's
Yeah.
a few other things too that kind of I have to allude to that. But
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm happy about it, but I do wish that that came out a long time ago, back when it was really needed and necessary. See,
Yeah.
I feel like
true.
it they like it now because most people's gear is around 320, so it's only going up 15 points. Back when we were going from year one to year two, we had weapons that were like 200, going up to 320. That's a 120 point jump,
Yeah.
and I think that they thought that that was too easy or not quite grindy enough. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they rectified it, but I do think that it is too late. Let's move on to cosmetics. There's a few really cool cosmetics coming out that I like a lot. One of which is chroma colors, and I think Trigga specifically is pretty excited for these.
Oh, I do think the chroma colors are really cool, especially that you can put them on the weapons and change how the weapon looks. I think that's pretty badass. Pardon my French. Um, yeah, and that you can mix and match too. You don't have to go all blue or all red or all white or all yellow. You can mix and match. You can have a little red, white, and blue chroma glow going on or whatever you want to do. And I
That's
think
pretty
that's really
sweet.
cool. Yeah, definitely. Or you can color coordinate or however you want to do it. So that'll be fun, I think, for a lot of people
And
for
for those
sure.
that haven't seen it yet, the chroma colors remind me a lot of like those really cool sports cars that have the lighting underneath the vehicle. That's
It's
basically what you
it's a
have on your armor.
it's pretty much like
Underglow
taking
Yeah,
yeah,
underglow.
it's like taking the Glohu shader and turning that into some like I don't know what I'm
strip.
trying to say. Some little, yeah, a little strip of glow on your armor, and I think it looks really cool.
And so
Nice.
those will be something to grind for. You can also add those to guns, which I thought was really cool. They were showing a fallen weapon, an auto rifle, and they were adding different chroma colors to it. And I did think that looked pretty sweet. I do wish this was something they added a while ago, or if it wasn't something quite so big, something where we were a bit more active in Destiny. I think that it's really cool, but not necessarily anything that is pulling me back into the game yet. Other
Yeah.
cosmetics though that I thought were really cool is a new Taken Ghost and a Taken Sword that just looks really mean.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it looks barbaric, dude.
It
Any idea
does,
if it
yeah.
has a special power?
I don't know, but I mean, if it does, one of those special powers is looking cool as hell because that thing looks
That's
sweet and
true.
it looks really brutal. It has like it's like a triple S curve blade or something. I mean, it's yeah, it looks like something medieval torture room.
Wow.
I don't want to meet in a dark alley. So awesome.
Yeah.
Crucible, I know Professor Scientifics is excited for some Crucible changes. Um,
Yes.
and so I kind of want to keep a lot of the weapon buffs and nerfs. Um, I just want to categorize everything. I don't want to get too specific because then we're going to end up just reading a list of the weapons and the specific changes. You can find those patch notes. In fact, we'll have a link to the patch notes as well down below. But just to give you a real brief overview, the general buffs that are happening to weapons are slow firing auto rifles, slow firing pulse rifles, the Suros regime, fusion rifles, and Hawkmoon are all getting some kind of buff. Debatably, hand cannons are getting a buff. I don't consider it a buff. Really, all it is more reserve ammo. No aspect of the weapon has changed at all outside of having more ammo, so I don't consider that a buff, but technically it's in the buff category. And then I'll give you guys the nerfs real quick, and you can tell me what you think. So the nerfs are fast firing auto rifles, snipers, Mida multi-tool, last word, Quillam's Terminus, Thorn, again, although it's still year one. Thousand Yard Stare, specifically, this is the only legendary weapon that was called up by name. Thousand Yard Stare, and I know this is not a weapon, but I'm throwing it in. Stormcaller Warlocks.
Yeah.
So
Those guys are scary.
Can I add something to this?
absolutely.
Icebreaker. They've changed it so you can't do they use it to farm special ammo, and I thought that should be mentioned for sure.
Oh, okay. So in
Um,
fact,
yeah.
tell us a little bit about that. I'm unfamiliar.
So they changed it. So before since we had our special ammo nerf, so you didn't start out with the special ammo. People were using the icebreaker to build up their ammo, and then
Oh.
switching to a different special weapon to gain that ammo on the other special weapon. Well, they've changed it now just specifically with the icebreaker that when you switch to that second weapon, you don't get that ammo doesn't won't carry over anymore. So you
Haha.
can't build up your ammo like that anymore.
I see.
So for
Huh?
all you ammo farmers, not anymore.
But so they didn't
But
do it to the hard light.
they didn't do
No,
nothing to the horde light.
no.
Hard.
Hard
Well,
light.
actually, Hard Light is included in that fast-firing auto rifle nerf, so
Oh,
it's going to lose
that's
a
true.
little bit of
That's true.
base damage.
Yeah. I am
Sorry.
psyched about that.
Slight. The word
Slight,
Soros,
slight.
slight.
Soros
So,
regime
I'm
is gonna tear stuff
so
up.
those
I'm not.
Arminius D's, those doctrines of passing, gentlemen, you got a few more days to use those, and then you're probably going to end up putting them away.
Mm.
They said slight. I don't know. It in the video it didn't look like it was. It looked
Well,
like it was still tearing stuff up.
I agree with that, but let's remember that when Bungie buffed auto rifles, the buff was a .04 increase of damage. I would
No,
call that slight as well.
that is your. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And that was the changer, because remember, that's applied to every single bullet. So with one bullet, .04 doesn't mean anything, but once you've pumped a whole mag out, it makes a more considerable difference. I'm not saying I
Yeah.
agree with that, but that's what the sandbox developers have said.
Yeah, man. Soros regime is gonna kill it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so I
I'm
think
really
Suros
excited
is
that
going to
they're
get better
nerfing
again.
Thorn, even though it's staying year
Yeah.
one. I'm so
I know.
excited about
Still
that. I
year
hate
one.
that gun so much.
Yeah, so the dot will stack, but the dot is going to end sooner. It won't last as long.
Yeah.
And what they said in the stream is that they haven't seen many Guardians dying from it. It does force you to you're not able to re-engage because your shield is down, and that's basically the benefit you get from the dot now. But it's not really killing guardians.
Oh yeah, I usually die from the other guy, his buddy that shoots me from the side when I'm down sliver of health
Right.
from the poison effect, you know. So that's my issue.
And also, and I should have said this earlier, to latch onto your comment about the icebreaker, special ammo in general has been changed again in the Crucible. So the most recent
Oh,
change removed it from everyone's inventory at the start of a Crucible match. Now everyone will start with special ammo,
Yeah.
but it will spawn less often, but everyone will still start with it now.
yeah, the first box
Deal.
spawns 3 minutes in.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really upset about the heavy though.
Yeah,
Let me
and
tell you.
that's another one. Heavy ammo will spawn once per game now, only one time, and it's going to be at
I'm
the
glad.
5 minute mark.
I hate it.
I'm glad. I'm
It
sick of corny
sucks.
I don't mind that.
rockets and like
Ah,
going crazy. I don't know. I like the swords though. I mean, but
man, me
still,
too. I love my sword, and
is
now
it
I
at
can
least
only sit.
is it at least gonna be more ammo, heavy
No,
ammo
there's gonna
compared
be
to?
less ammo.
Depending on your weapon, it could be less. Like the Quillam's
Oh,
Terminus,
they
which is a
said,
lot of people's go-to for their heavy, it's going to have less reserve ammo now.
yeah,
So you
but
might
they
get
said
Oh,
one mag.
they said heavy as a whole is going to drop as less and special, I believe. So you're in your backpack as they call it, you're going to hold less ammo. So instead of 28 sword swipes, it might be 15 or something. So they did
Man.
say they were taken away from that too. So
How are people? I still have to complete my bounty, like, and kill people with my sword in the Crucible.
So it sounds like your best opportunity to do that is going to be Mayhem, which it was before, but now even
Yeah.
more so. Because
or
Mayhem, they're
this
not
week.
touching.
yeah,
All the
man,
ammo is going to drop the same way it always has in Mayhem.
Okay, cool.
that sweet chaos.
That's right. Yeah, it is going to be chaos. Now, still on Crucible, the Shaxx bounties, the weekly Crucible bounties. Once you complete those, you can get a 335 drop from those as well. So if you're not a PvE player, you prefer Crucible and PvP content, that is your route to getting to 335.
Nice.
Also, Iron Banner will drop gear between light levels 320 and 335. So you can also get to 335 through that route as well. And of course, Trials of Osiris, the the weekly bounties will drop between 320. The treasure prizes will always be 335, and they are adding a daily bounty to Trials. So if you've already done all your characters, you still want to go
Huh.
back in, a buddy needs some help, you can still go pick up that bounty and do one every day to try and
That's
get
cool.
a high level drop.
That'll encourage more people to keep playing after they've beat it or done it.
I
Yeah.
agree, and I know that we ran into that towards, you know, I was about to say the end of our time playing Destiny, but a few weeks ago, prior to Division coming out, that we did run into that same issue. Now, I did want to get you guys' opinion on Stormcaller Warlocks. What do you guys think about this? So, essentially, if you procced it in a certain way, if you picked certain buffs that were available in the Warlock tree, you could have your super last for an insane amount of time. As long as you kept getting kills and you saved your super up to only blast people, you could use it for I forgot what the time was, but it was really long. It was like a minute for using a super. So, what do you guys think about the Stormcaller nerf? So basically, they're forcing you to make a decision. You can either use these perks that are going to make it go longer, but if you make yourself more powerful, then your super is going to go away much, much faster now.
Yeah,
Uh,
needed to
Like
happen.
Destiny Viagra.
yeah,
It's gonna make it go
yeah.
longer.
Exactly.
No offense, Bustin or Deej, but I hate Warlocks, and I'm so glad they nerfed you guys, man. I wish they would have got rid of your stupid helmet that makes you live forever.
Yeah, just get rid of it. Just trash it.
Just trash it, yeah. Like, oops, it fell off a shelf and broke. We can't have it in the game anymore. Oh man.
No,
Well, yeah,
I do like how they made it so Stormcallers can't break a Titan's bubble now.
yeah, I liked that too.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that too.
great.
I do
What's the
have
point of
bad
having a
news though,
bubble if you
Trigger.
can
I'm a
just break it?
Void
Yeah.
dog. I'm a Void
Oh,
Warlock, and they made our energy drain stronger. Now we take your energy, we convert that into super,
oh,
into life, or into more
oh.
grenade energy.
Well, I'm not worried about you. You're always on my team.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
true. Yeah.
So
Well,
you got a strong Voidlock with you, and I'll be rocking
Void
and
Lock.
Yeah.
ram. Well, also I want to ask you guys, Given the information that Bungie has presented to us over the last 3 weeks, will you be playing Destiny next week?
Yes, I definitely plan on it. I'm excited about some of the Crucible changes, and I definitely will be visiting the Crucible aspect of Destiny over the PvE. Yes, that's where I get my fix for the PvP.
That's true. Me too. When I need real PvP, I go there. So I probably will be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for the PvP as well. Definitely. But it's just gonna be to see if it's really for real or is this just a sham to get us off the division, you know. So
Well, like I'm thinking X and Avi and Bustin, we can go into the tower, have a little chroma fashion show sometime, maybe stream it live or runway walking. No,
that, that definitely sounds like Trigger's department, so I'll let you organize that and keep me updated.
look on
got it.
Stream Daddy for that.
Yeah, that'll be on Stream Daddy.
Oh yeah,
Stream it
that's
live on Stream Daddy.
when he puts on his
Tower
costume and becomes
runway.
Stream Daddy. Now, are you guys gonna play the Prison of Elders? Are you guys gonna get on for that next week? The Challenge of Elders.
Just to
It sounds
carry
like me and
extra.
X are going to at some point.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll do it with you, man. You can drag me through and help me out with that one, cause
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna give everything a shot, minus maybe the King's Fall, because I already know what's there. They're not adding or making hard. Well, I mean, they are making it 335, but I'm assuming the hardness is gonna. What am I saying? It's gonna
Like
go with the
strategy and
progression of
everything.
your body. It's like
Yeah.
All right, well then it sounds like everyone's gonna be. I'll play it too. I'll be on. It doesn't sound like there's a ton of excitement around it, but it sounds like everyone is willing to give it a chance simply because they love Destiny so much. And I think people are looking for an excuse to come back. They want to come back, but Bungie needs to produce something compelling enough to pull us back in.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
all right, great. I do want to get to a few shout outs. We have some family
Hey
members
yo,
out there that have
I
just
want to give
been
a shout out to
fantastic.
Ziploc.
Oh, he's the man.
Ziploc21, always down to help us, man. Always giving us checkpoints. He's been done with the raid. Still's got the checkpoints. Always pulling it out.
Cook as well. I also want to give it a shout out to him. He's always down to help, even if he's done it a million times that week, and we always appreciate that. And not to mention, he is the fastest beer runner on this side of the Mississippi. He can literally do it in between a Crucible match, get to the liquor store, and get back home, and just be right there when it starts. Man, this guy is amazing. He can run so fast.
That's right. That is Jokin Cook, JKN Cook, and I'm sending a shout out to one of our very own new Urban Threat Clan members. I am Roach13. We were watching the Bungie stream live, and Roach's name popped up because he donated to the Bungie Foundation. Bungie Foundation helps out a lot of charities, and they directly support children. And so I want to say, Roach, on behalf of the BamFam, thank you for supporting the kids.
It's for the
Thank you,
kids.
Roach.
It's for the kids, man. That's what we all do this for. Yo, this is BamFam.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. We want you guys to know that upcoming and future episodes, we will be covering The Division. We'll be covering free PlayStation Game of the Month. We got Game Impressions coming out, so we hope you guys stick with us. Thanks a lot for joining us. Let's check you out later.